Welcome everyone. Today we'll talk about curriculum planning and design. In this small video that we will be presenting, exactly curriculum planning. Remember the word stressing is only on planning. Now once we start planning, we need to design on what framework that we're going to plan or the steps to the curriculum. Achievement of the curriculum objective is all about it. So yes, instructional design and curriculum development goes hand in hand. They are very closely connected field. They are closely knitted field altogether because it all involves about researching and developing educational content. But the point is that instructional design and curriculum development are not the same thing. Absolutely not the same thing per se. So what is instructional design? The teaching of a particular skills or a subject, and that is what instructions is all about it. It's the way to impart a skill, transfer of knowledge, transfer of skills from one person to another person is what the instructions would be all about it. The teaching of a particular skills or a subject. Instructional design refers to the process of designing, developing, delivering learning experiences. So the goal of the instructional design is to decide on the most suitable method and materials for teaching that skills or subject. So one is instruction, transfer of knowledge or transfer of skills from one person to another person. Design is the best way to transfer it, the best way. So I can have a face-to-face interaction. I can give you an assignment. I can do it through a case study. I can go and demonstrate it in the industries. I can actually go by experiential learning. Perhaps cite certain example. I can have an audio visual aid. Now, there are different methods to transfer your knowledge or skills, right? So the most suitable method is the instructional design. Remember, instructional designers are hired by institutions, businesses, agencies to create educational material, content, and courses thereby. Responsibilities of instructional designer: creating educational material like student handbook, teachers, training manuals, textbooks is what we look into it. Creating educational content like videos and podcasts, redesigning courses to drive efficiencies and result thereby, developing of courses and curriculum. So this is the responsibility of instructional designer. Finding ways to incorporate newer, evolving technologies into the curriculum so that the people are able to be kept abreast with the changing environments that will facilitate only learning. Reviewing any educational researches, new development in e-learning technologies, collect and analyze feedback to improve programs and curriculum, and training educators as the case might be. So that is what responsibilities of instructional designer is all about here. The process of instructional design is to evaluate the success. That's the end game about here. Now how do you evaluate the success? First and foremost thing, you need to have do a research. What will you do research as to what qualities of students are there, what qualities of materials are available, what is the end objective that one needs to pursue around it. Now this will tell you what is the differences in the gap, what are the requirements for both the educators and the learners thereby. Determine the objectives of the educational coordination thereby. That is the second part. So one is research, second is analysis, and third, the most important part would be designing of the material. The instructional design is what methods to adopt so there is a proper transfer of skills and knowledges. And as usual with any endeavors, you need to always review it or evaluate what have you done it. So there are four steps: research, analyze, design, and evaluate, and that will be the process of instructional design per se. If the instructional design is concerned with how an educational content can be taught, then curriculum development looks what the content is all about here. And that is what is very important as the case might be. It is a role of curriculum developer to determine what specific skills or knowledge learners will acquire over the course of a program. Curriculum developers work with educational institutions and organizations to create lesson plans and curriculum as the case might be of what exactly happens out there. So that is what curriculum development is all about here. Next is the responsibilities of curriculum developers: researching the state, the local standards to ensure the courses are compliant, improving existing programs and courses, developing teaching plan, developing teaching lessons or lesson plan, evaluating a range of courses that has been on offer. Now we have a subject, let's say Let us have a small subject called Principles of Management, a very small subject which is essential for a certificate course in management. It is required in the diploma courses of management. It can be required in a degree courses in management. It can even look into the post degree courses in management, as in essentials of management per se. Now, can you please understand, for whether you're doing an undergraduate course, a postgraduate course, a diploma course, or a certificate course, can that subject will have the same content, same depth in all those programs? Probably not. So you need to understand the teaching plan, the lessons, the range of the courses that is required, observing and consulting students to see how they respond to our courses, working with institutions to provide training around the curriculum, researching textbook, technologies, techniques that could be incorporated into curriculum as the case might be. The main differences. What are we looking into it? The instructional design and the curriculum development. What are we looking out here? The main differences between instructional design and curriculum development. Let me throw light about here. The instructional design looks at the methods, the materials that are used to teach a course. That is all process oriented, step by step oriented. Instructional design might want a problem solving approach, might be a project management approach, or an extensive research skills. Now, these are my instructional designers. What we are looking at it is the problem solving approach, the extensive research skills, or the project management skills are about it. Now, if this is an instructional design, what is a curriculum development? Now, remember, curriculum development is all about content. All about content. Instructional design is about imparting the content, transferring of the skill. The content oriented curriculum developers might want to develop communication, industry knowledge, professional development, and ability to think analytically. That is what comes around it. All those differences aside, both instructional designers and curriculum development need research capabilities and an ability to think creatively the approaches to the teaching assignments. Remember, despite the differences between instructional design, despite the differences between curriculum development and instructional design, essentially it is the research capabilities, the approach to think proactively or out of the box is integral part in focusing upon them, in re-rating them time and again. So yes, instructional design and curriculum development goes hand in hand. Now, what about the instruction material and methods for teachers? Analyze what is needed. What is needed for the students? What is needed for the teachers? What are the learning materials that are to be created for the student? What are the teaching materials that are needed for the teachers? Design the content and format of the instructional material accordingly and then go for delivery. The work of curriculum developers include creating content for the learners. They are not bothered about how teachers are going to teach the content. Instructional design needs to deal with the methods of teaching. They have to devise ways so that teachers can engage students, impart lessons seamlessly. Both curriculum developments and instructional design deal with the content, but they don't follow the same route time and again. Experts should handle the process of digital curriculum development. It can result in compelling learning experiences, and why so? Why not? And that is what we are looking forward to it. Skills required by instructional design: extensive research skills, ability to solve problem effectively, efficiencies in project management as the case might be. So yes, we are talking about extensive research skills. Yes, we are talking about ability to solve problems as effective as possible, and efficiencies in project management as the case might be. That is the skills required for instructional design. Now, what are the skills required for curriculum development? To think analytically, to think logically, to think sequentially, applications of those technical knowledges, use of those communication skills, and thereof. That is what we are looking as far as curriculum developers are concerned. With this, I come to an end of this video. Thank you for watching it. I hope the minor nuances, the differences of instructional design and curriculum development is clearly understood by the audiences hereby. Thank you very much.